Hey everyone, sorry it's late. I hope you guys are good. This is a part 2 for my Q&A. I would just like to emphasize that this was filmed last year October. So whatever I said is in terms of my experience of university at that point. Please keep that in mind. Okay? Enjoy. Is the course that I'm in now my first choice, and do I regret what I chose to study? No, it's not my first choice. I went through a whole long list. Okay, it's not a long list. But then, I went through a whole little, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do this. Eventually, when I was busy looking at degrees and stuff, I thought to myself, the thing that I'm studying now does not have to be the thing that I'm going to be working as 30 years from now. You get my vibe. I'm not going to get into details about my whole long journey of deciding on what to study. But first, I actually got into it. So I'm just here to summarize. So, long story short, first wanted to be a doctor, obvs. Then wanted to be a pilot, and then I wanted to be an air hostess, but I realized I want to be in a traditional university and study 4 years. And then I wanted to do aeronautical engineering, and then I wanted to do something with my love for math and physics. I considered also doing astrophysics or just a BSc in physics. But now I decided that I might just do that later in life. I'm literally so obsessed with physics and astrophysics. Moving on. Then I wanted to do something with my animation, and then I wanted to be in the traditional university again. So I thought of something that could combine my love for animation and editing videos and just that creative side with the more use your brain, logical thinking, problem solving vibe. And now I'm here. And I'm really open to learning more about the tech industry and IT in general. It's really freaking interesting. So I have no regrets. If anyone wants a proper in-depth what made me go through that whole long process, I don't know, just let me know in the DMs or comments or whatever, and I'll just quickly mention it in a future video sometime in life. How was the workload? Listen. Yeah, I have no words as to how much work we have. Well, obviously it depends what you're doing and whatever, but every week we have about weekly kind of assessments or projects due, whatever. We have at least 4 things due every week, at least, which maybe doesn't sound like much, but it's things we have to make art pieces. I don't know if maybe I'll insert one of the comic strips I made recently. It was quite cool though, integrating Rick and Morty and stuff. That was nice. But anyway, moving on. We have to write essays, we have to design stuff on Photoshop and Illustrator. We have to do C++ pracs every week. And the thing with these pracs is that it's an automated system to mark your work. So then it's either you get 4 marks or you get nothing. You get my vibe. It's rare for you to get 15 out of 20 kind of vibes. So yeah, it's rough. The workload is not a joke, guys, at all. Even right now, I'm busy sitting like this doing a YouTube video, but there's still maybe about 4 assignments just waiting for me for the rest of this week and beginning of next week. They're waiting for me to actually do them. So yeah, it's not a joke. Damn, there's so many questions. Okay. How did I balance my social life and books in grade 11? let me tell you guys, high school me, I never went out. Like, ever. Like, you'd say, like, how do I balance, like, social life and... Girl, I barely had a social life, like, at all. I have a lecture. Oh, no, I don't. Okay. I didn't really balance it because I didn't need to, because I didn't have one. Does that make sense? So I was, like, 100% in the books. Besides my sport. Like, even hanging out with friends or whatever, I would just hang out with them, like, mainly at school. All the festivals and socials and all of that nice stuff happening, whatever. I have strict parents. That was not gonna work out. So they always said no. I'm the worst person to ask in terms of balancing social life and books in high school, specifically because I kind of had no choice but to lean more towards books. You get? Am I as motivated as I was in high school? No. I think it's just that thing of like... Excuse me. Apparently I burp like an old lady. Right now, see, when you get to university, at least like if you're not like motivated to always have top grades or whatever, like maybe like if you don't have top grades, like you might just be excluded from a certain, I don't know, bursary or like from res or whatever. Honestly, when you get to varsity, you just focus on passing. As long as you get a 50, we can move on with life. Obviously, if you're like in res, then like you would focus on getting an average mark of 65 at least to be able to stay in res the following year. You get, but then other than that, I mean, we're just trying to make it through to the next semester. I'm better now though. Like beginning of the semester, I get happy at like my work as soon as I'm done with it or whatever. In terms of like, yes, I'm gonna put it. You've gotta be kidding me. See, I don't even remember what I was saying. You know what? Whatever. Other than the usual school depression, how am I finding the experience? Okay, if we exclude like the school depression, then university is nice. I will not cap. I do not miss high school. If we are excluding the school depression, then university is really where it's at. Fully. What has been my biggest challenge so far? Time management. Definitely. Like just being organized and like, because I like to plan my stuff, right? And I never complete the list, which I'm trying to work on that and whatever, but like just trying to get everything done that you need to get done without leaving it for the last minute. The way university is, you'll end up leaving things for the last minute, but not because you were that lazy. You get my vibe. Just procrastination. Do I still live at home? No, not at all. I am in a UP res. Am I surviving online school? Barely. The way it's so hectic, you could go 2 weeks without, at least 2 weeks, without attending lectures for a certain module, bro. And then you are forced to catch up all those lectures before like a test or exam or whatever. It's a lot. It is a lot. I think I'm only surviving in terms of like some of the tests and exams because you could just like Google answers or whatever, obviously without plagiarizing. That is a criminal offense. Do I want to go back to contact learning, and am I excited to be back on campus next year? Yes, I do want to go back to contact learning, and yes, I'm very excited to be back on campus. Like, I don't think you guys are... Maybe I'm just overreacting, but like, or just being dramatic or whatever, but like, UP campus is so pretty. Just want to be on campus. I just want to be in a lecture hall so bad. The only thing I don't want to be on campus for is like the whole tests and exams procedure and whatever. Like, I would have to know all my stuff off by heart. For real, for real. Would you consider traveling from home or staying in a res? Definitely staying in a res. You have so much more freedom to just do what you want and like find yourself, you know, the cliche things about university. So like, if I was still staying at home, 9 times out of 10 I would be like the same person I was last year, if I'm being completely honest with you. Because as I said before, I have really strict parents. So things like going on the Gautrain by myself is already a shaky topic for my parents. Of course, they left me, but then like it's still that thing of my child is traveling across the province by herself. You know, it's just yeah. Please stay in a res for my sake. Overall, like for your proper like personal growth and development and, you know, all those vibes, stay out of the house. Thank you very much. What is the hardest adjustment that I've had to make? Definitely just the fact that no one's telling me what to do. You are on your own, and I know we like to think like, no, but you have your friends, you know, and like if you're in a relationship, you have your significant other, you know, you'll be fine, and you will. But overall, what you choose to do with your day depends on you. If you decide to skip all lectures for the whole week, nje, because you just want to take, you just want a vacation, you can do that. And it's gonna bite you in the bum. That's definitely the hardest adjustment I've had to make. So I'm so used to like, nah, do this. So now I have to make all my own decisions and stuff. But it's definitely been a really interesting adjustment. And like, what is my favorite thing about university? Apart from the freedom. Like, that is the point of university. Definitely my friends. And let me just jump into opinions. Yeah, there's still opinions to do. You thought this was the end of the video. No! There's still opinions to do. So first opinion is that Pretoria is not for the weak. No, it is not. It is... If you're still like a high school student and you're watching this, and you're like moving to Pretoria or something, then you'll see. And if you are already in Hatfield, then you know. University is hard, but it's not as hard as matric. University is harder than matric. I'm so sorry. Only the people studying light degrees get to party every week. This is not true. Live your best life. Just, if you're someone with a really heavy degree, then make sure you get your work done. And then just go out. Like, for one day in the week. Obviously, if you have like a busy schedule, like maybe you have a part-time job and then you also like work out every single day, you know, there's just a lot of things that you do besides school, then maybe you wouldn't be able to like party every week or whatever. Like, I don't know why, like definitely in high school, like a lot of people would think like, what, you're partying again this weekend? Or like, these people are partying every single week. It's very much possible, and it's very much not that deep. Especially with curfew now, I think it really makes a difference with the whole being able to live your best life or whatever. Because like, if you come back at 10, you could stay up and do schoolwork. So you're highly a cool kid now. Thank you. And how have I changed from high school to university, or what was the transition like? If you knew me last year compared to now, 2 different people. If me from last year knew me right now, like, she would be shocked. Because, like, the way I've changed from high school to now, it's like half, not necessarily the morals that I had last year, but then, like, half the opinions that I had on things last year. I wouldn't say I was judgmental, I wasn't, but I was definitely, for myself at least, I was quite narrow-minded. Like now I'm just like, it's whatever. Someone said, I feel like first year is the year to grow and become a better human being. Absolutely true. Yeah, I genuinely don't even have that much to say on that, because like that whole sentence just encompasses first year in general. But like it's not even just first year, just university, just your university like period of time. It is definitely a time for you to grow and stuff. That's why I keep saying, like, please live outside of the house. Live in like a res or student private accommodation or whatever, so that you can fully like grow by yourself and like do your own thing, you know. If you were still at home, I'm not saying that compared to how you were in high school to now as like not changed at all, but it's not the most drastic change in terms of like personality and like beliefs and morals and all of that. You get my vibe. Because if I'm being honest, bro, if you're in Hatfield, you would know this. Everything that you thought was wrong when you were living outside of Hatfield is considered to be correct in Hatfield. Yeah, end of part 2. There'll probably be a part 3 sometime. This video was just so long to edit, so yeah, excuse me. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Isn't that the same as like? Oh my gosh, how do YouTubers even do this? Imagine if I was like, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Like, you'll subscribe if you want to. Oh my gosh, I don't need to tell you. But anyway, peace out.